Hi there, I'm Chris Beach, the art director here at Stargate Universe, and this is the Destinée. One thing we do when we're designing the set is we try to keep it as flexible as possible, because while we have a certain amount of script to work with, there's also a bit of the unknown as to what could this room be. So we design the spaces to be reconfigurable in that way. The production designer, James Robbins, began working on concepts in fall of last year. The first thing to do was really establish the plan of the set and how it would be organized. This entire set is a two-story structure made of steel I-beams and posts. And you have to order the steel, it doesn't just come overnight, so you really have to get this stuff figured out. About 3 or 4 weeks after we started drawing, a massive team of construction workers were in here laying the foundations and putting down the concrete pads for all the steel structure. Once the set is underway, all the different departments come together and discuss what their needs are, and it's all happening at a very, very rapid pace. As you've seen from the show, the ship is incredibly vast, and so there are literally kilometers of corridor within the actual ship itself. This corridor we're in right now is about 140 feet long. Our soundstage is 150 feet long, so we really maxed it out to get this long look, as well as several offshoots that we have around various corners and into various rooms. And it's also interchangeable. For example, in some configurations, we can lift up these walls, and now we have a new setup. All the different rooms have to take several different configurations so that we can have 20 or 30 different sets all in this one small environment. For example, in this room we have at least 5 or 6 totally different setups. For example, the control interface room when the control unit comes down. The chair room where Franklin and Rush both sit in the chair, that's actually this environment. We bring in these large buttresses that go up to the central unit and fill up the space, and we put new consoles in all the walls. If you look over here, right now it's set up as just a corridor, but we put in a round flat here, and this is actually the Kino room. We have a bed set up, and there's a column unit where he gets his Kino balls. He sits at his console here, does his thing. This room, not really set up as anything right now, but these walls here actually go away to create either a 2/3 size or full-size room. These walls come out. They can be window walls, solid walls, or they go away completely, as in the case of the observation deck. If you look through the window, you can see, of course, the soundstage, but also some handrails, and this is where our characters often stand when the ship is under attack or when they're looking at a beautiful nebula. In our set here, we have over 30 mechanized doors. I'm hammering this door controller, nothing's happening, but you'll see the characters hammer these door controllers all the time. These are actually all in actuator motors that the special effects department ordered from Japan. They're also mounted on a very smooth track system so that when they operate the actuator, it opens flawlessly. This is our central corridor leading into the gate room, so a fairly unassuming corridor, but if you recall from one of the early episodes in the season, we established a battery charger, an ancient battery charger that lived in this environment. We also changed these walls into glass panels, and that's where we keep our spacesuits. And of course, here we are in the gate room. As well as being the gate room, though, this actually plays as several of our storage rooms where we've had the workout room, Brody's still, one of my personal favorites. Here we have the gate room stairs. They only play in this room when it's set up as the gate room. For all our different storage rooms, these stairs have to come out. Now, these stairs are constructed out of 2x12 steel stringers, welded steel here, obviously built-in lighting, rolled steel handrails, and water-cut uprights. And they probably weigh about 2,000 to 3,000 pounds each, somewhere around the weight of a car. And they rigged the whole thing on chains, lifted up on chain motors, lowered back to the floor, and they've built custom-made dollies that then wheel the stairs behind the gate. You can see up here that there's a large wall that drops down to cover the gate. And it cuts the room down by about a quarter and allows us to play this as a lot of different environments that aren't the gate room. All these elements are built from steel. The rest of the set also looks like it's built from steel, but it's actually various forms of plywood with a very intensive paint treatment all over it to create this very aged, textural, rusted look that we were going for. Something that was really important to the producers that while we were designing the set was that we include a lot of built-in lighting so that the set could essentially light itself. Roll in, turn on the lights, and yell action. So you can see we have lights built in all over the place, from our floor lighting to our tusk lights here that are custom vacuum form pieces. And a very good example, of course, is in our channel out here where you'll see 45-degree ceiling lights, wall lights, and floor lights.